Can't tell me what to do. Hi, everyone.
Sorry, we'll be right back. Hello, Internet.
Hi.
Sorry, the producers had to have a meeting.
That was a good bit.
I've been fucking warning you for a year. No one will ever not take my threats seriously again.
This is what's gonna
Our
happen.
parents are fighting!
Val thinks they're in charge because they do most of the talking, but I press the buttons.
I've never once had the delusion that I'm in charge. Hi, everyone. We're back. Welcome to Neon Gods. We've been off for a couple weeks because of lots of reasons, but we're
Can
here.
you tell?
And we're here, and we are going to be playing some some great society. Honestly, some
fantastic society.
Some excellent society. We're going to be playing the best damn society you've ever seen today, because we're playing a very hacked version of the game, the hit indie game Good Society, where we have turned it into a homage to the Wicked and the Divine series of graphic novels. This is our episode 4 today, so if you missed the first couple, go check those out. But if not, you're going to see some really good improv acting today, some fun table talk, some witty banter, like usual. So thank you for joining us. Before we get started, have a couple of announcements. I'm going to start with the most important. If you live in the US, you have probably dealt with many of the decrees of the Council of Six over the past week. And many of us on this channel have been rather peeved by them, pissed off, angry, enraged. One in particular, ticked, PO'd. No, I already said pissed off. Anyway, we're raising some money to help fight the man, for the National Network of Abortion Funds, the NNAF. We have a link here in the chat. We are taking donations for those. It is a great cause. Sid put it best, I think, yesterday. Abortion is healthcare. If you went to the doctor and learned that your appendix, a useless part of your body, was dying, and the doctor said, no, I can't remove it because the government told me I'm not allowed to, you'd be pretty pissed off about that. So imagine this situation that we find ourselves in right now, where a large portion of the country is fighting to say that people with uteruses can't do that when they have a parasite living inside of them.
Imagine that, but also wildly discriminatory.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of shit wrapped up in all this. So very simply, we are raising money to try to get people the support and the financial assistance they need. Because a lot of people out there found themselves in a really shitty situation because of this, and they need help. So we are raising money for that. There is a link to the PayPal in the chat. Any donation is appreciated. Seriously, whatever you can afford. And if you can't, because a lot of us out there, given other shitty situations, can't afford to donate, do whatever you can do, whatever you feel comfortable doing. Call your representative. Sid is a big proponent of that and talked about that yesterday as well. It's a great way to get your voice heard.
We're not trying to bully Sid. We're all big proponents of that. She just said it.
No, we are. Sid just said it very succinctly. If you didn't watch Thursday night stream, just watch like the first 10 minutes of that.
I'm gonna cut it into a clip.
And honestly, it was inspiring.
I got a little impassioned. Is a word, I suppose.
But we need that right now.
And we need that.
Yeah.
That's important.
And I keep forgetting to say the link is not just in the chat. It's also in our pinned tweet on Twitter right now. So if you are watching this in the future and you don't have access to our Twitch chat, it's fine. Just go to our Twitter. You can find it there.
Oh, NNAF also retweeted us this afternoon.
They
by the
Oh,
way.
yay.
They did, yes. So that
I
was very
didn't
exciting.
see that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. But yeah, I mean, a lot of us go on Twitter and social media and we try to get our voice heard. And sometimes it gets drowned out in the din, and it can get social media is so hit or miss on whether or not anybody sees or any new opinions get out there. Doing something different, like calling your representative, writing a freaking letter, because nobody does that now, so they're definitely going to look at that and be, what the heck is this? Or
I would never
say
say out loud on the internet that all of their addresses are public record.
No, we'd never do that. But whatever you choose to do it safely and do what you can to try to help, especially if this is important, because this probably is very important to somebody you care about. It just factually and whether or not you have a uterus, you probably know somebody who does, and they are probably going to be severely disenfranchised by this recent string of rulings. So, the other part about this is, Savannah, any donations that are given to us as part of this, we haven't really set a time limit on how long we're taking donations for. We've roughly set a week. We may
This
extend it
particular
longer than
one is until the 3rd, but we're probably going to continue to
Okay.
do other stuff after this.
Yeah.
So if it's after the 3rd, don't worry. We're probably doing something else.
any donations up to $1,000, Savannah and I are going to match.
Because they're awesome.
And just to incentivize, that's free. That's doubling your money. So if you want to make a donation, do that. It's an investment in your future. So yeah, I think that's all that I can really eloquently say on the topic right now. If any of my co-cast wants to add anything, they are as always welcome to as well, because none of us here have any problem speaking our mind, I feel like. So anyone else have anything to add on that subject? Anything before I move on to channel related stuff, because I want to be serious and take this moment to really drive it home.
I have a thing I'd like to say.
Yes, please.
Because I had this conversation with somebody earlier in the week on Twitter, and surprising everyone, including me, it was a nice conversation. If you're out there and you're kind of on the fence, on Twitter, I had a nice conversation with somebody I didn't know on Twitter. If you're out there, bud, appreciate you specifically for saying, wow, you gave me a lot to think about today. If you're out there, because I know there are some folks out there who don't like to wade into these waters and probably don't like that we're wading into these waters. If you're being a dick about it, I don't care what you think. It's our space and we're going to use it how we want. But if you're one of those people who's on the fence or you're afraid to have these conversations or whatever, my advice to you and my advice to everyone is to stop looking at a medical procedure as having a morality, because that doesn't make any sense. You can't ascribe morality to somebody setting a broken bone or removing your tonsils. Or can you imagine if the church or the government or anybody like that tried to litigate me having my wisdom teeth out last year when they were fucking up my mouth? That would be wild. This is exactly the same thing. It's a tried and true medical procedure. It saves lives and it improves lives. And people forget that one a lot, because you don't have to be having a medical crisis to have an abortion. No. And you shouldn't have to be having a medical crisis to have an abortion. Obviously, that's the thing. That should also be handled. But I'm saying,
abortions aren't a monolith, just like getting your wisdom teeth or having a broken bone or anything else is not a monolith. It's a medical procedure.
I had a super
People
easy
are
time
in
getting my wisdom teeth
wildly
out.
different parts of their life. Yeah, exactly.
Some people are recovering for 6 months.
Really eloquently, and I love that we live in a country where everybody gets to have their own opinions, but I need you guys to know that I've always believed that life begins in wisdom teeth.
I'm not sure how I
Okay.
knew that's what you were gonna say.
But I knew.
But I just
fucking
knew in my
knew.
heart. Like, I knew. The heart of the cards told me. He
But
is about
here's
to
the-
make a dumb joke about wisdom
Here's the
teeth.
thing: anybody out here, like John here, can believe that life begins at wisdom teeth, but you don't get to tell other people that they have to believe that.
No, if you don't want to
So,
have an abortion,
yeah.
great, fine. That's your business. Mine is
nobody's
my
gonna
business.
force you to have your wisdom teeth out.
No.
And they're not gonna force you to
Shut
have an
up.
abortion.
Fuck your shit up.
You should if you've got the ability, you really should. It's painful, but yeah, either way, nobody's gonna force you to have an abortion. That's not what we're litigating here. That's not what we're arguing here. It's
No.
the ability to have one.
It's just keep
So,
your hands out of other people's business.
exactly.
Essentially. And one more time, y'all. It's health care.
Yep.
It is an essential fucking form of health care. It is ridiculous that a government is attempting to tell you what you can do with your body. Okay? I said it yesterday too. Dead bodies now have more autonomy than living ones in most parts of this country. That is absolutely insane.
And without good health care, a lot of us are going to become dead bodies. And I'd like to not do that earlier than, I don't know. I was gonna say a number, and I was like, I don't really know when a good time to die is, but I'd like to not do it right now. I've got shit to do.
Yeah, I've got stuff. I got
Yeah.
stuff like after this. Even I've got dinner and things. Like I got stuff to do.
I say I got a good 10 more years left to me, and I like to at least.
You have more than that, Belle. Don't say that.
Seriously, freaking me out.
Okay. I think
We've ranted enough.
Yeah.
Anyone listening knows how we feel. Please donate if you have the capacity to. Thank you.
And retweet our tweet if you can't.
And retweet.
And I've just put one more thing in chat about figuring out whether your senators believe in getting rid of the filibuster, which is going to be a huge part in actually codifying Roe v. Wade into law. So check that out, and call us reps.
Yeah.
Do it.
If you have any questions about talking to your reps, or like if you want like scripts or things, if you get phone anxiety like me, just DM me. I'll talk about it all fucking day. Just DM me. It's all good.
All right. Let's get on to the show. And we will meet with you again probably tomorrow to talk about this.
Yep.
So, yes then. Our next stream after this one, speaking of which, will be tomorrow for Saturday Night's Pathfinders. We'll be playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, so you can come join us for that at 5 o'clock Eastern Time on Saturday. We should be returning for that tomorrow, barring any unforeseen problems. So I think that's pretty much it. I guess we'll go and introduce ourselves, and then we'll talk about what last happened in this ding-dang game and what we're doing here today. So I will start. Hi, everyone. I'm Val. You're probably tired of hearing me talking already. Tough shit. I'm going to be doing a lot more today. You can find me at the Kraken's Crown on Twitter and Twitch. I'm here Thursdays through Mondays playing running games. Most other than this game that I co-run with my lovely co-facilitators here. I run a game on Saturdays, which we just wrapped up last week, and we're going to be starting a brand new show on Saturday nights, part of the Saturday Nights series of programming. Saturday Nights Ward 47. Ward 47. It's going to be starting on July 23rd. So a little bit less than a month from now. We're going to be playing Parslings, which is a very cute and somewhat existential game about people who have been infested with ink-like parasites and have gained weird word powers because of them, and how the government is trying to do stuff about it, do bad stuff, take people's autonomy away from them. Sound familiar? So yeah, come join us for that starting on July 23rd. So it's gonna be our session 0. So we'll have more to say after that. But tonight I am going to be playing the Morrigan, as well as Nemesis and Miranda. But my main character is the Morrigan, and she is the capitalist, and her desire is to unseat a member of the Pantheon. I don't
have to
remember who
go
goes
now.
next.
I have to go
Yeah.
now. Sorry. We have new emotes. I'm doing a lot of things at once right now.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, I'll say that while it's my turn. Val, I don't know what's going on with OBS, but your name cards are having a fight, and they all want to be in front at once. And I don't know why. So if you were watching the stream and you noticed that, I'm not doing that.
I mean,
I don't
the
know why
Morrigan
they're
is
doing that.
essentially 3 people at once, so
They're all
that
just fighting with each other. They want to be in the
it's
front.
on brand.
And your Twitter handle keeps losing. Hi. I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internet. So you can find me at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter, where you can find my streaming schedule pinned to the top of my page. I am here Thursdays through Mondays, either playing in games or running them. I run 2 games on this channel, Blades in the Dark on Sundays for Duskwall's Dead, and Dungeons & Dragons on Mondays for the Queer Chronicles of the Strixhaven Quartet. You can join us for both of those this week. Like I said, real quick, we're getting new emotes. I'm so excited. If you're in our Discord, they're already available in our Discord, and they will be live here on the channel tomorrow at the latest. So I'm trying to get them all approved, and none of them are nasty, so it should be fine. But we'll see how Twitch do. But they should be up by tomorrow, so get excited because they're really good. Tonight, I'm not an emote, though. I am playing Hela, whose desire is to overtake their father and usurp his power. And I also play some other idiots named Apollo and... who's the other character? Oh, Sabrina. I was like, there's another character in there somewhere. Sabrina, who hasn't really had to do much yet, but I'm sure she'll get harassed like everyone else.
They usually do. You're not an emote? You sure?
No, I wish I was. I almost got an emote of my face. And I was like, no, you can't be that self-indulgent. I'll find out.
Oh, we would have loved it anyway. Hello, I am Christina Stitt. You can find me on the Twitters at Creeksid, generally talking about TTRPG shenanigans, and, you know, also yelling about society falling apart, you know, that whole thing too. I'm here several nights a week. On Thursdays, I run our game of Elegant Creatures. It's our Urban Shadows game with like a little bit of this fun, like good society stuff thrown in there too. That's lots of fun. They are helping members of a magical boy band, coincidentally named Magic. It's getting real fun, y'all. So definitely check that out on Thursdays. Otherwise, I'm here several nights and afternoons a week. When I'm not here on Mondays, you can find me over on twitch.tv/InfiniteRP for our Flames of Freedom game. Final season, only like a handful more of episodes left of that. We just fought essentially our own little headless horseman in that one, so that was good times. Tonight I am playing Meredith, aka Calliope, the god of inspiration. I also occasionally play Loki and Mars, the fucking dunderhead. Yeah.
And that leaves me. Hello, I'm John Cita. I am the baby of the group, but happy to be here. And I am currently just playing in this game every Friday, y'all. But we're gonna see where that goes from there. You can find me over on Twitter at something. I think Sam probably puts the links in there.
Mr. Wild.
Mr. Wilt. Yeah, Mr. Wilt. And you can find me at john.cita over at Instagram and check out all the awesome food I cook. Other than that, let's go.
Let's go. Okay. So it's been a bit. We're gonna ease it back into this because it's been a little bit since we played. So why don't we just like go around talking about what we remember happening last time? Because we were all in limbo at the Pantheon in our demi hovel over off of Route 66, and hovel palace, deal with answering the questions of what we were going to do now that we learned that Joe was back slash Odin, and how we're going to deal
That's
with.
right. I forgot to mention I play.
Oh yeah, you do.
And I also play Fenrir and Fable.
Yes.
A rock star.
Thank you for remembering. I had completely glossed over that too. We had that happen. What else happened last time?
Was last time the big date? That was last time, yeah?
Yeah, I think that was.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
The main thing.
Where we turned Willie Nelson into an NPC.
It started off as a sort of manipulation bribery, I think, from the Morrigan for Calliope and
Apollo.
Yeah.
And it ended up with Joe, Willie Nelson, Garth Brooks, Calliope, and Apollo blackout fucked up.
Yeah.
In like a parking lot outside of like Kmart at 3 a.m. or something.
Kmart doesn't exist anymore.
I'm sure we could find one.
We brought it back. This is our alternate universe. Kmart won out over Walmart, and they won. Now there's a Kmart on every corner.
We got to make that canon.
There is no Walmart. Only Kmart.
Loki changed like history, like rewrote the timeline like a couple months back, and nobody realized, and so it's all Kmart's now.
That sounds very much like Loki.
Kmart's and Radio Shacks instead of Best Buy.
Gotta love that blue light special. Martha Stewart edition. I remember too much about Kmart. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah,
here?
you clearly had a very Kmart left a big impression on you.
You really do, Sita.
Well, didn't Nemesis and Hela had a date, right?
Oh, they got drinks and were mean to each other for a little bit, so yeah. It was
and
kind
then
of
they
a date.
banged.
Yes.
Yeah.
Forgot about that.
They hate
somehow.
banged after, yeah. Yeah, so I remember those happening, and then we had our council meeting, decided that we'd come back in, I think we loosely said like 6 months or something, to give Joe some time to get his shit together. And decide, all of us give us time to figure out what we wanted to do about this whole situation, what the punishment would be, and how we should move forward on that. And then that's when Fenrir showed up and attacked.
He had showed up earlier when Nemesis and Hela were
at the bar.
Yeah, and he was tracking him down because Joe, being the jackass that he is, sent a message to Fenrir. If you guys remember that. Yeah. So Fenrir is on a mission to hunt him down, and did so as we were leaving the fucking 7-Eleven or whatever, the truck stop, whatever it was.
Yeah. He's on the hunt, and he's after Joe.
Yeah.
Hungry like a wolf.
And he messed Joe up, and Joe fell back into limbo. Did Fenrir go into limbo with him, or is he still stuck on the outside? Can he even do that?
We didn't even decide whether anybody that wasn't a member of the Pantheon could even go into limbo. But I'm fine with...
It's kind of like a god's thing.
Yeah, I'm fine with saying that they can't.
But they explode.
Yeah, maybe they explode.
Okay.
Oh, just take that shit.
So yeah, maybe Fenrir did not... didn't come in, and he made a break for it, which I guess, so what we're going to be doing here today is we decide that's where the chapter is going to end, with that dramatic cliffhanger. So we'll turn the page, next chapter. We're doing we can decide where we're going to pick up this next time, and maybe we figure that out as part of upkeep and epistollaries or DMs and stuff. So that's what we're going to be doing here first. to kind of ease back in is doing our end of cycle stuff. So let's do that first. So first thing we're going to do is reputation. I'm going to bring that up. So this is where we gain our positive or our negative tags depending on our actions during the game. You get a positive tag if you upheld the ideology of your domain or protected the pantheon in a way that compromised your desires, or made an impact on the public in the face of significant adversity. You get a negative tag if you acted on your desires in a way that goes against the ideology of your domain or put the pantheon at risk, or if you caved to adversity for the sake of saving face. Does anyone have any initial thoughts?
I feel like I'm just always going to get a negative tag about putting the pantheon at risk. Just
and that is your call
every time.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think Meredith has really made any big moves yet. I'm feeling pretty null.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking the same thing for Morrigan, because Morrigan did some stuff, but nothing public facing, and nothing that really
would like harm the pantheon. What, you set up an illustrious date for 2 other members?
Yeah, the only thing the Morgans is destiny and chaos, so it's to foster certainty or ensure possibility. I guess it's whether or not her setting up that date was going along with that.
Did she set it up to save face?
No, so I was thinking upheld the ideology of your domain in a way that compromised her desires, but it went along with her desires. It didn't compromise her desires. So I don't think that would have counted. So I definitely don't think she got a negative one, and I don't think she got a positive one in that case. So I'm gonna say none for Morgan for this time, as much as I want that positive rep condition. I don't feel it. But you're thinking, Cita, you're definitely thinking negative for old Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying to imagine if there's any reason why he may have gotten a positive one. I mean, he's definitely a very loving guy, but I don't think he's sacrificed any plan or anything like that to be loving.
Yeah. Well, so love, and as we have defined it, is to foster harmony.
Yeah, he's not.
And he's kind of actively gone against that for in the context of the pantheon. Maybe not necessarily in the general public, but hadn't really done anything.
Yeah, I was thinking like in the very intro, but it's just kind of like his introduction. So I don't know if I personally would count it.
When you did that, like
describing his camp and everything, and some interactions with Miranda too. But again,
so that would have been the camp was the last chat. So that would have been for the last reputation cycle. This would have been everything starting at when we arrived at that limbo, and he was doing his little grill and chill at the truck stop.
Grill and chill at the truck stop?
No, I'll be honest, that was just to mess with you guys.
Yeah. And did that compromise his desires in any way is the second half of that. So
I don't think Joe has actually compromised his desires with any action.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe a little conversation with Jela here and there, but yeah, not really. I think he just got a negative tag.
Yeah, because I would say putting the pantheon at risk by texting Fenrir and trying to kick off Armageddon.
Ragnarok.
Huh?
Different. Ragnarok. It's
Ragnarok. Sorry.
Sorry, the specific type of Armageddon. Excuse me.
Does Ragnarok not
Armageddon.
fall under
the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one.
So Ragnarok. He wanted to Ragnarok and roll.
It really just struck me that I think if Joe pitched it to Hella that way, she'd probably be on board.
I've considered that a lot, but their relationship is so fucking brand new that I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I just had that
Take
thought.
that
Sorry.
I would tuck that, dog ear that, and consider that
just put that on the
for a
list.
scene. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think your negative descriptor is going to be then?
Let's see, what do I already have? Stubborn and selfish. And this, because it's reputation, it's how others view my actions, right?
Yes.
Careless.
Fair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Careless.
And that's your third, right?
Oh,
Okay.
now
So-
you get a condition.
Yeah, so you get a negative reputation condition, which you'll get to fill in. You see where it says rep condition? It's got like the checkbox next to it.
Yeah.
So you actually can rename where it says rep condition, and can rename it as one of the two of these. So you get to decide between memed to death, which is you fuck up and everyone is paying attention to it, or canceled and a significant portion of your fan base wants nothing to do with you.
I think I'm gonna go with memed to death because I remember tossing out a joke about there being a clip on the internet of like Apollo riding on a naked Joe's shoulders running through the parking lot.
Okay, so Joe's drunken antics.
I forgot to mention this when I introduced as well, faithful viewers, that Joe is a viral influencer, and so having that, and he's known for like doing goofy dances and having kind things to say to the public in general. So him just being blackout drunk with a man in a suit riding around on his shoulders, and you hear Willie Nelson in the background might not be good for his.
Not the most wholesome content. Yeah.
All right, so
I like
memed
it.
to death.
Meme to death.
Great.
Yeah. So the way that works then is so in the story of this now, this fuck up is something that's widely known to everyone that engages with Joe at this point. And you have that negative reputation condition as long as you have 3 negative tags. So once you spend one of your negative tags, then I believe it goes away at the end of the cycle or something, or does it just go away right then and there?
How do you spend a tag?
The same way
so
you spend a token.
Yes.
You just have to do it sort of thematically because it's a word instead of a token.
Yeah. So you could spend your, whereas you would spend like your generous reputation tag to have something good happen to Joe, like getting something he wants. Your negative reputation tags you would spend to incite something bad happening to Joe, something not going his way. So a little bit of self-punishment, but you get to clear your negative reputation condition.
Okay.
As part of that. So,
I mean, I already knew all that. That was for the viewers.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, definitely. So I think, Hella, Savannah, what are you thinking?
I don't know. I don't know.
We didn't really have a lot of public-facing stuff this time.
Yeah, like I don't think. I mean, because I think like most of what Hella did was just based on their desires and what they wanted to happen, but they didn't have to sacrifice anything for them, you know?
Yeah.
So like they just kind of did whatever, and I don't
Yeah,
think
basically,
I got
like,
one.
Did you ever compromise your desires at any point? Doesn't sound like you think you
I don't
did.
think so. I think I kind of towed the line.
And then you never really put the Pantheon at risk.
No.
I think all of us played pretty good except for Joe. We're good
Guys,
gods.
the only thing I can think of about putting the Pantheon at risk is making that plan with the Morrigan. But it was just kind of like going along with it.
Well, What was the plan you're referring to?
Wasn't that with the Morrigan? Where
Oh,
they decided they
specific-
wanted to get rid of Loki.
They're gonna
blame
take
it on
Loki
Loki
down!
instead.
That's actually
So-
a good point. I had forgotten about that. That
Because
does
that was
put
the Morrigan's idea.
Yeah.
But Hela
did
did go along
specific-
with it, and it does.
If you take a negative
endanger-
tag from that, then I think I have to take a negative tag from that. And
Man, Meredith's got to step some shit up. She hasn't
Yeah.
done shit yet.
So
That-
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's
I don't know
fair,
if like
though.
I don't know if making that plan is enough, but
making a plan in its own puts the Pantheon at risk. Or...
I mean the fact that that's going on behind the scenes is pretty dividing, and the fact that they're
Remind
going
me,
to try to
what
get
was-
like Apollo and everybody on board.
What was your end goal with that? It was to put Loki in a very special part of hell, so basically in prison, right?
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
essentially.
So the idea
inspiring-
is to.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, we started
No, you
talking
do
at the
it.
same time.
It's your
No,
thing.
the idea was that the Morrigan came to Hela and said, you know, this is your family. What if we pin his behavior on somebody else instead? And I said, oh, you mean my shitty dad that I hate? So the idea is to get Loki banished or kicked out or
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm gonna give
and
myself
then he'll
a
be
negative.
fair game for
Yeah,
Hela to take his spot essentially and have their seat and Loki's seat.
I'd forgotten about that. I'm gonna give myself a negative tag.
That's
for
the
that, 'cause
only
think
thing
that
I remembered
100%.
from last time.
Because that was the Morgan's plan. Is
Yeah,
putting
it
that
was
out
your
in the
plan.
ether. Yeah, I'm gonna give myself the negative tag two-faced for that plan.
That's funny because I
Uh,
gave myself the tag fickle last time.
Wouldn't it be
Yeah.
three-faced technically, Val?
Whoa.
I was thinking about that. Will I remember? Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
Three-faced
Space.
is- Yeah, three-faced is
Rice
funny.
Rice faced, twice shot.
I don't know it. Well, I don't know if it's enough to get a.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Tag.
I think you could have an out there because it wasn't like your.
Well, I don't want
Plan.
it out. I'm just trying to like decide if it's warrants the.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I will be right back.
I put
My
that on the
cats
mail,
have yet again broken something, so I'm just gonna check on that.
Good. Tell them we said hi.
So, is it putting the Pantheon at any additional risk? The crime is just kind of being moved from one person to another person.
I would
Well,
say.
I
It's the
think
responsibility of the crime.
I
Right.
think the idea where I was thinking the additional risk was coming from is that if they get rid of Joe, nobody's gonna go after Joe. Like they're just gonna kick him out and he's just gonna go away. Whereas like if we pin it on Loki, getting him kicked out is the first step, and that puts him in a position where Hela can go after him and like
Well,
take
and-
him out of the
and-
picture completely.
And also, it creates the risk of like if somebody finds out that the two of them have, like, if they succeed
Like trying
in
to rig the
framing
trial.
Loki for this, yeah, and
Yeah.
and that gets out, then that like ruins trust for everything. Because then we
Yeah.
find out that Loki should have been gone. The two of them did this, and like
Mhm.
it creates a potential really bad situation if that gets
Yeah.
out in the open.
Good
So-
point.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think Morgan gets it for putting that plan out there.
I'm gonna take one for going along with it because I think it's fun and it'll be my third one.
Yeah,
Mine is gonna be.
I am realizing now that anytime I act on my desire, it is going to put the Pantheon at risk.
Yeah.
because that is my desire. is
Most
to
of our
unseat
desires
another
will.
Yeah. So what are you thinking?
I did fickle last time, and I don't think that's what it is.
Patricidal?
Well,
Ambitious.
that's just more of a personality trait. I was thinking like conniving,
Yeah.
but not
Yeah.
exactly that. I don't know.
Thesaurus.
This is conniving, as in diplomatic. No, that's not what I meant. As in Machiavellian. Now we're getting somewhere.
Now we're getting somewhere. I spelled conniving right the first time.
Oh, that's
Tricky. Is that really the only one it's giving me?
No, if you go through the other ones, like the different things, it gives you a lot.
Scheming.
KG's
Wily.
not... Well, KG actually is pretty good.
Yeah. I like KG.
I'll do KG.
I saw Duplicitous, but that's pretty similar to Fickle.
Yeah, I'll do KG because I think there is this aspect of like hedging bets a little bit.
Okay, let's go with that.
Okay, well that gives me 3.
Oh, boy.
I don't have the doc pulled up.
What? Yeah,
Because
who are you again?
A monster.
Are you the rocker?
Yeah, probably the rock star.
The rock star. That's what I meant. Negative. You either get so canceled is one of yours as well. So a significant portion of your fan base wants nothing to do with you, or washed up. Your popularity declines, and the people around you start wondering why you're even here.
I don't think I've done anything to get canceled. I think if anything, washed up is better because they've been so focused on all of this garbage that they've probably been
Neglecting their career.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like it. All right.
Great. Yeah. Washed up.
Washed up.
That's a positive one. Probably shouldn't.
God, we came up with some good tags, y'all.
We really did.
We really did.
I have good news before we move on to the next thing.
Yes.
First of all, it's that we have a new subscriber in chat. Hi, Ghoul Kiddo. Thank you for subscribing. And it's good that you're here because guess what? All of our new channel emotes are live.
Oh, yay.
So have
Subscribe to our
fun.
channel.
Refresh your chat and go nuts.
Woot.
It didn't take as long as I thought it would.
GG. Okay, so we have done that. Let's move right along. That's everything with reputation, I believe.
Yeah.
So, DMs and rumors. So why don't we do, which do y'all want to do first? Let's do rumors first. Let's ease into the role play element of it. Let's get some rumors in. So trending topics is what we call these in this thing that we've made up. The ones that are going to go into fading, or I guess will fade away if they don't get spread today. Which is Hela has a small faction of followers claiming to be vampires. A shadowy government agency is trying to capture and study gods to use their powers. Meredith's agency is about to go bankrupt. And Hela is a fake, and her performances are smoke and mirrors.
Wow, everybody's talking about me, huh?
The ones that are spread... Oh, wait, is this off? Oh, hold on. I was looking at this. We didn't use that first one, so that threw me... Okay, so hold on. The 3 that need to be... No, I said that right. But that first one, the vampires one, is... The first one, the vampires one, has been spread. So it's just shadowy government agency... Meredith going bankrupt, Hela is a fake. Vampires has been spread, and then Fable is secretly looking for new representation is also spread. So, let's start. We'll go around the table. I won't call on anyone. Does anyone have any idea for a rumor that they want to spread or one that they want to create?
So remind me again, because it's been a fucking month since we played. The mortals are aware of us as gods. Are they aware of who we were as gods? Like what are?
Yeah, I think the idea that we came up with is our followers believe that we are gods. The rest of the public, and they know who we are. Like which gods we would be, because I don't think we're secretive about that.
Okay. Then I've got a rumor.
Okay.
In light of recent events, Willie Nelson is beginning to be believed to be a reincarnation of the god Bacchus.
Good. Yes, an excellent choice.
Okay, hold on. Willie Nelson is the reincarnation of the god. Which one was it?
Bacchus, or what was his other name? Dionysus.
Better.
Yeah.
Are we going Greek or Roman?
We're gonna continue to fight about that until this show inevitably
Italian
implodes.
versus a Greek over here. I mean,
should I just put? I'll just put slash. How do you spell Bacchus? Is it
Bacchus?
Yeah.
All right.
Dionysus is Dion.
I got that one.
Okay.
Y-S-U-S.
You know what? Actually,
I hate that I can spell Dionysus, but not Bacchus.
I
Welcome
want
to
to
being
say
even
married
more
to somebody who
naturally.
studied theater.
Yeah.
if I remember my history well, Bacchus was a bit more of a prick in general because Roman gods, but like
This is
he had
Roman.
more like the naked blood painted ladies who ripped orphans.
Oh,
Some of Bacchus' shit is real fucked up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and say Dionysus because there's nobody thinks that Willie Nelson is gonna
Is into blood rituals.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. I hope he is.
the Maenads. The Maenads were the
Mm.
Dionysus followers.
Okay. We're gonna have to decide at some point whether we want that to be true.
Yes.
Next,
He's just not part of the pantheon.
Does anyone else want to spread or create a rumor?
Yeah, I want to
We're all
spread the
doing
rumor that you spelled Willie Nelson's name wrong.
Oh, did I? What did I spell wrong?
He's Willie with an I-E, please.
With an
Mhm.
IE? I'm sorry.
Put some respect on the man's name.
I don't think I've literally ever spelled it that way.
Can I spread one?
Yeah.
I want to spread
it.
the other one about me.
Of course you do. Okay. Actually ties in really well with your declining.
I feel like I want to make my life more publicly difficult. I want
Yeah.
Hella to feel like they have to come out and be like, well, actually, watch this. Bring your grandma back to life.
Yeah.
You want to fight, Nancy? If your name is Nancy, I'm so sorry. This is the first one I thought of.
And after your love of Nancy Drew, too.
Maybe that's why. She's just kind of always taken up a little spot in my brain.
I'm gonna create one.
beat me in a fight.
Mine.
I'm gonna use my first to create a rumor, and it's gonna be that Joe's. Is it just Joe's food truck? Is it just Joe's? Is the name of the restaurant?
You are muted. I don't know why I sang that, but I did.
You're still muted.
He's
You're still
talking, so
muted.
he doesn't hear us.
Yes, I was talking over all of you while you. It's just shows.
He was like, "Why are you talking over me?"
I'm doing Joe's is being bought out by a popular.
Oh, by
fast
Guy Fieri.
food
Guy Fieri bought him out.
Well, no, but then we can't be mad at him for selling out. It's got to be someone shitty.
chain. I'm just going being bought out by a popular fast food chain. We can decide who and
Arby's.
what that is.
I like that.
I can just do food chain. It doesn't have to be fast food. We can make it more broad than that. Let's just do food chain.
Arby's.
Restaurant chain. Restaurant chain. Because food chain just makes it sound like I'm talking about the food chain.
Applebee's.
That lions are going to come and my own joke. Okay. Who's next?
I need to do
Sit as
one.
Yes, it go.
I mean, I'm 100% going to spread the Willie Nelson rumor.
Okay.
You have to.
Someone had to, and it's not going to be me. Gotta commit to the bit.
I'm just going to spread another one because I'm not feeling super creative right now, and I want to make everyone's
Okay.
lives difficult.
Who's
Meredith is going bankrupt. I'm pretty sure
Okay.
I wrote that one.
You
yeah,
did.
that wouldn't surprise me.
Really? I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but okay.
Don't think too much into it.
I took the easy way.
I'm gonna say that the Morrigans tech company has been secretly contracted by the NSA for surveillance.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna go with.
If I'm gonna be mean to Joe's, then I gotta be mean to myself too.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Meredith paid off Fable's girlfriend to keep her quiet about their affair.
Do you want to say
That's
partner?
rumors. I have a nugget of truth in them.
Do we want to say
today.
okay? So we want to say girlfriend. We say partner and keep it broad. Do we?
I think we made her their girlfriend last time.
Did we?
Or at least she believed that
Or-
she was
yeah.
their girlfriend.
That was Fable.
Some girl believed
Yeah.
that. Some young woman believed that. Whether that's
Okay.
even the same person.
Wait, who was the girl? Wait, I don't even remember that happening.
So there was a woman that called or texted Meredith and like told her off for like trying to get all up and take Fable
Okay.
for her own. And so Meredith
like got her a job
pulled
or some shit?
pulled
College.
strings and got her into like a fellowship program for
Right.
creative writing.
Okay, so Meredith paid off Fable's girlfriend to keep quiet about their affair. Okay, they're torrid
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes.
affair.
Torrid affair.
Getting a little more good
Fancy.
society with that.
I love
it. All right, so is everybody done too now?
No,
Spread or create?
I'm
Oh.
gonna spread the shadowy government agency one too, because that just sounds like fun.
Okay. So we have none that are fading this time because all the other ones are. So every rumor
like
has
them.
now been spread.
They were all
We need-
really good.
We need to spend some of these. So a reminder that we can spend these like tokens if you want to introduce something, some complication by this rumor. We've done it mostly in the past to actually make the rumors true. It doesn't have to do that. You can just spend it to like make the rumor have consequences on people, but it's also very fun just to make the rumor
You
true.
can totally make them true though, which is so great.
So that's good. So yeah, so we've got a bunch of rumor spread. I've already said all of them, so and the rest are on the table for next time. Perfect. Let's keep this train a rolling and do DMs. So we're all gonna send messages from either ourselves or an NPC or a connection that we control to someone else. And it could be another character in the game, could be someone you knew. Does anyone have any ideas?
I have one.
Go for it.
This is an email from Sabrina
Okay.
to the Morrigan, her boss.
I quit.
No, it's just an email, and the subject line just says, "Thought you ought to know." And she's attached several different articles that are speculating about Meredith's business going under. Because she wants to keep her job. And I think she'd be able to find shit like that. I don't think there are any like massive publications, but I think there's more than one.
At least one well-regarded blog for sure.
Thought you ought to know.
I want to play off that then for my DM. And it's going to be from the Morrigan to Meredith.
Wouldn't you know?
And it's, probably an email comes across her desk sometime after the events of the hospitalization of Joe, I assume. And after she gets this from Sabrina, it says, I gotta get this voice back. How to change your fate? Okay.
I knew that's what you were going to say.
I
You had the chance
love
to change
that
your
is
fate.
your touchstone sentence. I
You
love
have the
it.
chance to change your fate. All right.
That's okay. Mine is heart, stars, and horseshoes.
Heart, stars, and horseshoes.
Mine is just hi-ty-ty-ty-ty, but you know.
Oh, Danny boy.
Mare. Are you doing all right, hun? After everything happened at, home, haven't heard anything from you. Things seem to be going okay, I hope. I had a rather distressing article, several articles actually, that just happened to catch my eye the other day, all about your label. Is everything going all right? I'm worried that your agency might be on difficult financial times, and if you need any assistance, that I'd be more than happy to help you. Maybe this week we should get drinks, talk about it. If you need any more investors or need any business advice, I'd be happy to assist you. Again, this is with all the love and care in the world, and obviously no strings attached, love. So please just let me know. You can give Sabrina a call. I'll attach her number at the end of this email and we can set up arrangements. Talk to you then, Morrigan.
This bitch used to work for me. She interned under me. I taught her everything she knows.
And that's
Student
why
has
she's
become the
just
master.
too good.
You taught her too well.
And that was before she became a god, so.
Meredith would like to copy just a cover sheet of last quarter's revenues. Like, make sure to censor out all of like the important bets other than like the $1 billion that the agency raked in. And just and then just sends it back as an attachment. And then just says, drinks would be lovely though. My treat. And that's it.
I want to use my second letter to just send something really petty back, but
No, save it. You can say it in person.
I'm going to save it in person, yeah.
All right. I'm not sure temporally when this text would happen, other than like as soon as Joe would wake up.
Sure.
And it would be to Miranda to reassure her that everything's still going to be okay. Don't worry about what you're seeing on the internet, and that I'll be home as soon as I can. And I love you.
Savannah, you got a second one?
Yes. I was thinking about it. I'm not thinking about it anymore.
Okay.
Hella is going to text her brother. Fenrir.
trying to imagine what Fenrir's phone looks like.
It's gotta be like a Nokia, right?
Yeah.
Like something
It's a
that
burner.
I think it's
is
a
not
burner
gonna.
phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've gotta like, he updates you because he has to, because you're his fucking sister every once in a while with his new number.
And somehow every time you text him, no matter what he's set it as, and even if it's a brand new phone, the text tone is the Baja Men's "Who Let the Dogs Out."
Oh, that's funny. Found you again. So, you tried to eat Grandpa. Don't love that for you or me. Let's get a drink and talk about it. Miss you. That's all.
I think you get like a weird emote back, like something that's just not like it's the stop sign. No, not even that. Like
A
it's a
subway.
car emote or something, you know? And then a moment later it says, haha, JK, and a bunch of turds.
He's the worst.
He's the worst. Glad I
A lot of the
invited him
Norse
into this
family,
game.
a lot of Norse Pantheon were kind of the worst.
Yeah.
Like, man, in the original myth, like, Fenrir tricked Tyr, which was the only god that treated him with any kind of kindness at all, into putting his mouth into his hand into Fenrir's mouth, and he just bit it right the fuck off.
Like, what the fuck did
'Cause
you think I was
he's a
gonna
wolf.
do, idiot?
Yeah.
That's like the family motto.
Crazy.
The fuck did you think I was gonna do?
Yeah, it's good to do something nice. Okay. Bing. Anyway, my second one, if we're going, Christina, do you have an idea for your second?
I have a thought, but I'm still tinkering. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Meredith gets an email from Fable. And it says, hey there, love. Listen, I don't know what all this rabble is about, but I just want you to know that you have always been wonderful to me. And of course, I have so many fans, but I'm your biggest fan. And we're going to get through this together. And don't worry about anything. P.S. Let's say her name was Kathy. Why? Kathy went to art school. Did you do that? Anyway, bye. And I think he's got like his own like signature for emails, like an image. It's all artistically calligraphied.
I'm extraordinarily head empty with this game, but apparently I'm just possessed by a character because immediately I was like, that is incriminating evidence. I want to spend a token to have a copy of this email or something. I'm not going to do that, but I want to.
Do it. No, do it. Spend a
I
token.
don't know how I would get a copy of your email.
You set it up for him. No,
Yeah.
no, I was thinking about Joe. I don't know.
Well, I
Yeah.
used to. You
You're
used to be my
also
client too.
secretly a hacker.
Still kind
you
of
are her
am.
client.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just set up. a
Fable
little-
like did some like
little
crosshairs and like accidentally like ended up sending it to another client. Or something.
He accidentally
I-
sent
oh-
it to
oh,
you
yeah.
first.
Actually, it's not that difficult on a network to set up to like get emails forwarded to. I know more about this than I should. I'm not going to tell you how. Don't ask. I like to think that Hella just has a little account where all of Meredith's emails just get like She gets BCC'd on all of them or something, or they just get forwarded to her.
So the one that got sent to the Morrigan, then she also got, and it's just like, burn. I love that. Yes, please.
Get her ass.
Actually, she got to do that twice, I suppose. So
Ooh, get her.
burn.
Ooh,
Burn.
get her. Just reading your emails. Who do I give this token to? Meredith? Because I'm
I
reading all
feel
your
like this would
emails.
affect Meredith.
Have a
the
token so I
most.
can read your emails.
Okay, that's fine. I'll take it.
It's not a good use of a token, but it's fun for me personally.
Hey, one token to me for you to be able to say for the remainder of the game that Ella can read
can
all
just
of
read your
Meredith's emails. I mean, I feel like I didn't really get the better end of that deal, but I'll take the token.
Too late, you agreed.
Oh, I love it.
Sid, do you want to do yours?
Taking
Now
screenshots, editing out the PS.
I had an idea. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna spend a token to send more than 2. That's what I'm gonna do, because that's also something you can do. So I'll send my second, and then I'll spend a token in a second to spend a third.
Do it.
Hey, someone bought merch.
Who's buying
Z.
merch?
I see.
Z
you,
bought
Z.
merch. Thanks, Z.
The merch that you made.
Aww. Oh yeah, I have merch too, by the way. I'm drinking out of my lovely Buy Flying Ready to Die mug, so you know.
I didn't know
Sipping
chat
that
was.
tea.
I did not know Stream Elements was gonna be like, hey, guess what? Somebody just bought shit.
Yeah, it does that.
Chat's doxing you. I'm sorry. I can probably turn that off.
No, I love it. We
Oh.
want to yell and say thank you for buying shit.
Thank you for buying shit.
Okay. I'm gonna say that Morrigan gets a bouquet. A very lovely bouquet, in fact. A very large, very lovely bouquet. And the card attached simply says, "It's been a while. Drinks? Mars." Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah. Yeah, I did it. I did it.
Why?
God,
Because she hates him and he has no idea.
One of the biggest insults, one of the most common insults that we're tossing around here is just inviting each other out for drinks.
I know.
That's how we piss each other off.
It is.
Invite company.
It's incredible.
You can't say
It's-
Be
no.
around me for more than 5 minutes. I
I actually love it. It's this incredible, like, weird cultural shorthand that we've created.
Mhm.
Okay. I'll do mine, and then I guess Sid, you can do your third with your token. All right, how do we feel about NPC on NPC scenes? Are we good with the connections? Just
Yeah.
do the connections.
Fine
Are
with
we
that.
all good with that? Okay,
Totally.
Cool.
It's still us
Nemesis-
talking to each other.
It's true.
Nemesis sends an email to Loki. Loki, I'm not even really sure if this is the right email for you, but we should talk. I want to get your perspective on some of the inner workings of your relatives. I assume you might have some insight to share. Trying to make a decision on what to think of Odin's behavior and also the actions of Fenrir. Given this involves your father and your son, assume you might have some words to share. Name the time and the place, and I'll clear my schedule. And if you can track down Fenrir, perhaps bring him too. And that's it.
Machinations. Okay. Oh, yeah, Loki doesn't respond by email, but maybe we'll come to that in a little bit. Because why would he respond by email? It's
Responds by glitter bomb, I assume.
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do my third. I'm sorry, I just completely blanked on like life itself. Okay, I have my third letter to have Miranda respond to Fable, not by email, but by sending something elaborate and ridiculous, like some sort of elaborately ridiculous gift to their hotel, wherever they're staying on their tour right now.
She means Meredith.
Hmm?
You said Miranda.
What did I say? Oh,
And Miranda.
I'm sorry. My bad.
I was like, what?
Yes, Miranda's gonna do that. I don't even
We
play
did
her,
too
but I'm
many
making her
M names.
do it. We really did. I apologize. And then the note, Meredith will say, chat's hitting on you, Joe. Sorry. Hey. It's a fellowship program. She'll be done at the end of the year. I really do wish her all the best. And that's it.
Okay. I think that's two, at least two for everyone, unless anyone has a token they want to spend to do another. Alrighty. So, the last thing we have to do as part of our upkeep was the upkeep part. Which is, I need to remember. Get my thing pulled up. So
I think it's
upkeep.
basically just like, is everyone okay with everything?
Has everyone monologued? Has anyone monologued?
No, we didn't do any.
None of us fuckers monologued.
Not this
All
time.
right, then we're gonna do some monologues. You can just set the time and the place and where it happens and what the situation is, but probably sometime in the immediate events of the end of our chapter.
This does have to be your main character, right?
It does, yeah. Only your main character monologues. Only your.
Just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. We just didn't do it this time, huh?
No, we need to get better about using those.
Too busy talking to each other.
Okay. Who wants to monologue first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Got something in the tank.
Set the scene and then do your monologue.
Okay. This is late, like in the middle of the night. After the events that we ended on last time. Here's my question. Did we take Joe, like, to the hospital? Or is he, like, in limbo with us? Like, what did we do?
I think we must have taken him to the hospital.
The hospital, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe someone could have done like some sort of magic-y stuff, but I feel like they.
You didn't.
Because it's well. So here's the thing.
I think
I'm
Hella would have intervened to like keep him from just dying outright.
Yeah,
but
well, I was
probably
thinking,
with
like,
everyone else around didn't want to push it further than that.
Yeah, well, and what I was thinking too is like mortal on God violence is probably like pretty trivial for us. Like, I don't think any of us could get shot and seriously hurt. But like God, demigod on God or God on God
It's more
violence, like
serious.
I think is definitely more serious. And we all have like human bodies essentially.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stabilized him and then took him to the hospital and been like, oh my god, he was mauled by a coyote. Ah, save my grandpa.
A whole pack of them, in fact. Whole pack of coyotes.
A dingo ate my grandpa. I shouldn't joke about that. It's not a funny story at all.
It's really terrible.
It's so terrible, but I can't
God,
get
it's
that
awful.
like piece of culture out of my brain. Okay. So it's like late at night. At the hospital. I think Hella's probably been like kind of cavalier about the whole thing, and now that like everybody is off of their back, has like gone to make sure that Joe's actually still alive. And so probably like no one else really around. Nurse takes them into the room. Joe's probably asleep. It's kind of where we're at. Internal monologue starts rolling. If this old piece of shit dies on me like this, I'm gonna be so mad. He pisses me off. From how I was raised, I'm pretty sure family's supposed to do that. So, good job, Grandpa Joe. I guess. Please don't die. I have a lot of mean shit I still want to say to you. Do not know what came over Fenrir. Wish he would answer my texts with words. Super do not want to have to talk to him in person. But everything in orbit around me right now is sort of going insane. It's fine. We'll fix it. One problem at a time. And if we can't, we'll make someone else do it for us. It's worked for me so far. I think that's it.
Okay. Anyone else? I can go ahead and go too if people are still thinking. I think this is immediately following the. This is probably when like all the chaos is going. Like Joe is, like his bloody body has been picked up off the floor by probably like Ares and by Mars and Apollo, and being carried outside to try to figure out what to do. And Hela's trying to do some godly magic to try to keep him from dying. And the Morrigan is just sort of watching all of this happen from near the table where she has stood up. Well, that caught me by surprise. I didn't expect the wolf to show up here on our doorstep like that. I wonder why. I'm not so old to assume that Odin wouldn't have some part in this himself. Or have seen this coming and done nothing about it. Perhaps I should have a conversation. Could that really be what this is all about? Regardless, I could probably use some of this to my advantage. Perhaps a small change of plans. I want to say as part of this monologue, I'll spend a token for it too. Whenever nobody's looking, she stoops down, taking one of the tablecloths, dabbing it in Joe's blood, and tucks that away.
Joe cool with that?
Of course. Spin that
I
token.
feel like Joe should get that token.
That's probably a token for Joe. Yeah.
Yeah, you have my blood.
All right. I think that token. Gave that token. to you.
Nothing bad can happen with that.
And that's it. End of monologue.
All right, Sid, you got one?
I think so. I can go if you're not ready. Or if you
Yeah,
go,
go
do you
ahead.
got one? You want to go? Okay.
All right, it's bubbling together still.
Okay. You marinate. I feel like this is probably a night or two off after the kerfuffle of Joe going to the hospital. Meredith is back in LA at a small club, again, one of those small clubs that does like open mics and situations like that, scouting. And she's watching like a jazz singer, and they're very good, and she's making some notes and is preparing to find the right moment to approach them. It's a decent number. What are we talking here? Well, little makeover situation. A ball cap? Really? No. No. We have to see what the hair looks like under there, I suppose. It's a good song, though. Strong voice. Good presence. I could be up there. Well, they were full tonight. It's not like I want to make much noise about things. Don't want this spot scouted. It's a best kept a secret, I suppose. I do have that new one, though. Been working on it for a while. The mortal was working on that for a while. You are not the mortal any longer. You are Calliope, the goddess. My, that's still droll. How long does that take to get over? Do they have to be different? It's still a mortal form. I don't feel like my brain was replaced. They're one and the same now? Okay, they're getting a drink. A Long Island. Really? Okay, this one might take more work than it's worth, but all right, put on the smile. Let's get this show on the road. That's it.
Okay. So So I think that Joe was unconscious for most of the attack. I think when Fenrir pounced on him, bit into him, clawed him, that also knocked him to the ground. And the moment that the back of his head struck the concrete or tile floor or whatever, knocked him out, full concussion, deep sleep time. And so Joe's consciousness would it would blip back to the moment when Hela came to see him in limbo. And he was trying to kind of goof off with her, and she just shut him down and told him to fuck off. And when she left, all of his realm went from being like a rave to black nothing. And her last words, I don't remember what they were, but her last words would echo through his head a couple of times. And then suddenly he'd find himself sitting, his body torn and bloodied, but he feels no pain, in a chair. And he slowly comes to see the other figures sitting in the circle of chairs. And it's directly across from him is a one-eyed, gray-bearded Viking king, talking about how, of course, Fenrir, that overeager pup, would ruin things. And then there's a gray-suited, glass-eyed, fedora-wearing gangster with a short gray beard who says, well, what do you expect? We're the ones, we told him just a brief little phrase. He's not bright. I think the fault lies on us. And across from him is a younger, barely an adult version of Joe, wearing a straitjacket from a small period of time that he spent in a mental health facility before he became Odin. And he just nervously says, our fault, does that mean we're going to get in more trouble? What if he killed us? And the god king Odin says, kill us? Not yet. The rest of the prophecy has not fulfilled itself. The gangster laughs and says, yeah, assuming it will, man. The dice haven't finished hitting the table yet. Fat, another version just to Joe's right, which was more like him, but like the happy jolly Joe in the food truck, like he's wearing a cook's apron and he's chewing on some food, says, hey man, I don't care. I'm just happy that we get to have some fun with our family again, man. It's been too long. And Jodin himself just keeps looking back and forth between them. Yeah, I don't really know how to resolve that scene, but it seemed really cool. So that's what I have for that.
I love that. I mean, it doesn't have to resolve necessarily. Just a little bit of that internal slice.
I just put it into chat too, but at the last one that you said, it sounded like you said Jodin, which I actually really enjoy, and I don't know why we hadn't come to that quite yet. It took 4 episodes for us to get to Jodin.
I think somebody in the first chat said Jodin in the chat for the first episode. I think so. I don't remember.
Oh, we need to use that more.
Yeah. It's real good.
All right, so that's every monologue, right? I didn't miss anyone. Yes. So, all right, now I'm trying to remember the symbols here are if we have 3 or more. Say if we're going to be playing 3 or more cycles, then we need to progress inner conflicts.
Yes, which means some of us still have to pick those.
Yeah. So on everybody's sheet, you're going to have a section that has inner conflict versus inner conflict. And essentially you are coming up with like, what are the 2 things that you're your character is grappling with. It seems like Hella got one real quick. Or no, Meredith, you got one really quick.
I mean, I do have
Yeah.
mine too.
Okay. If you have one, go ahead and shout it out. Because I'm still thinking.
I'm gonna say that Meredith is really sort of progressing to the mortal versus the immortal. I think this go around is a very difficult one for her to process. All of the past incarnations of Calliope with the very independent spirit that is her current incarnation with Meredith.
Okay.
Me, I have one.
Okay.
I am putting Hella's as stability versus power.
Okay.
Because I think these sort of conflicting forces that they're dealing with right now are, I could support what's already here, and I could sort of be safe in this structure with a lot of family that, while some of them might hate me, would definitely go to bat for me, and to have that backup, and to not shake things up and be able to sort of do things from behind the scenes, or to rock the boat and take those spots for themselves and have that power, but nobody to back it up.
Okay.
All right, so I've got finishing it, his whole plan, his plots and plans to break the cycle versus like he doesn't care about putting himself at risk, but putting his loved ones at risk to accomplish this goal is struggle. Like if if Miranda got
We're gonna do it all game. Sorry.
I'm not the only one.
Would get hurt or killed because of this plan. God, fuck, shit. That game over. Game over.
Game over, man.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to articulate this one for Morrigan.
What you got so far?
So the conflict, the way I see it, is the Morrigan. The problem that I'm trying to articulate here is like doesn't really have like a lot of internal conflict, just like knows what she wants and doesn't really care about the consequences. But as far as that I can understand the consequences, that like the guilt or any sort of like hesitance she might have is any sort of history that she has. So like desire being to unseat a member of the Pantheon, restructure things a little bit, shake things up, try something different, consolidate power. The conflict that I guess I see is like this history that she has with every member of the Pantheon here, because like we talked about before, she is like the oldest of the Pantheon alongside Odin, so she's been here for a lot of it. And I don't think that's come out a lot during play, is like, and probably something I want to explore more, is like how that has affected her versus how that has affected Odin, seeing that shake up.
So you're on sort of power versus loyalty.
Yeah, I was almost thinking like history versus change or something, or like, yeah. Because it's not even so much like a tradition thing. That's why I think like history probably goes closer. So I go history, and I was trying to decide whether change is the right word or it's.
Well, I mean, what is she after? Is it change or is it something more personal?
And that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's probably got to be more personal for her. Because I'm also like comparing this a little bit to what in Elegant Magics, Avalon's kind of was having that same thing of like wanting things to change, but wanting things to change for the sake of other people. And for the Morrigan, I don't think that's that. I think it's change because that's her, like change for the sake of change and change for her own benefit. So,
I mean, if it's just for its own sake, because that's what, her sort of deal is, I think you can just put change.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put change because I don't want to put chaos or something because that is like literally her domain. And that I think it needs to be articulated differently. I'll do history versus change. Okay, so what we do then as part of this is you're going to progress your inner conflicts. So you can do one for each side, right? Or if you have done something to progress history, progress one side, you can check that. If you've done something to progress the other side, you can check that. It doesn't have to be in any order. So the questions that I asked you is like, you took action in pursuit of this. Oh, sorry, Sid, you're raising it.
I found out something in my last round through Queer Society. So essentially, yes, you can. The one from each side is that you actually earn tokens for each one that you've done this cycle, but you can only give yourself a token up to 2. So if you did more, you can mark more, but
you just don't get tokens for them.
You don't get tokens for those.
Okay.
Interesting. And so the idea here is when they've all filled up for one side,
or if you have 6 in total. Yeah.
And how does that
they said from experience.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you mark an entire side, or if you get 6 of them in total, then you get to take one of the what do you call it?
It's like the expanded conditions.
Yeah. You get an expanded backstory condition. There we go.
Okay.
And those can be, you can make a new major character, you can create a new side character, you can change the fortunes of a side character. I believe any side character, not just one you control, but the person whose side character it is has to agree to it.
Basically, if you really pursue that, you can fuck up people's shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or your own shit.
Yeah.
All right. Now we know. I don't think we've ever really gotten too far into the...
I have personally.
Yeah, you did that one.
I think Jessamine did.
Okay.
I think it was in Elegant Magics that I had 6 total. That I
don't
started to get into that stuff, but
I don't remember what you chose for that either. Did you maybe take a new?
I think chose the blow up your own life option.
Oh,
I completely destroyed that character.
So
she walked through fire and came out fucking powerful as hell on the other side. I don't regret
She really
it.
did. She really did.
Don't
so
regret it for a second.
Essentially what we'll do is just go through each one of those and check the side that you think check which one you think you've done. So the questions, I'll read them for the audience, is you took action in pursuit of this, you sacrificed something important to you for this, you hurt or pushed away someone important to you for this, you degraded your reputation or went against your conscience for this, and your actions in pursuit of this side destroyed your chance of successfully pursuing the other. For me, I'm gonna say that the Morrigan definitely took action in pursuit of change, and I'm also gonna say took action in pursuit of history as well. And the two thoughts are that the action pursuit of change, setting up the stuff with Loki. with Hela, and taking action in pursuit of history was the relationship, was the date that she set up between Apollo and Meredith. But I don't think she did any sacrificing. I don't think she hurt anyone or pushed anyone away, degraded her reputation, or so I think the only thing is took action in pursuit of both. So that gives me two new tokens then?
2 new tokens.
I'm doing the same thing. Same one on both sides. Because I think the last couple sessions, especially last session, I think was an episode of sort of hedging bets and trying to lay the groundwork for either side, just with different people.
Yeah.
So there's the going along with the Morrigan's plan, but also like trying to make sure the Nemesis is on their side to some degree, and like, so I'm just gonna say both.
Cool.
I'm just gonna swing both ways.
Violently with an X. All right, Meredith and Joe.
I'm gonna do hurt or pushed away someone important to you for the sake of his goal. So I guess I could you'll have like one word. I need to maybe shorten mine a little bit here, but for the sake of ending it, and just
you could just put Ragnarok on that side, and then
that is a
family on the other.
Ragnarok versus family.
I mean,
that's my favorite new
essentially
Netflix
the
special.
movie, right?
Yeah.
I know the first
my
season
God.
was just Spy Family, but like the second season got buck wild. You guys, if you watched Ragnarok X Family,
They did a Fast Furious crossover with Thor. Oh my God.
he's in there. It's incredible.
Wow. All right. So I hurt and pushed away pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
So take your pick. And I think I could argue that I took action to keep Miranda safe during the last what's Jigger? Not chapter? No. Cycle?
Yeah, volume is what we've been calling it. Yeah, the first one we did.
Keep leaving her at home and away from the congregation of all the gods.
Okay, yeah. So that's 2 tokens for you too. Meredith?
I don't think she's degraded her reputation quite yet. I'm at least say she's taking action in pursuit of the mortal side. Not yet like abandoning her duties as a goddess quite yet. But definitely dilly-dallying in the, mortal pursuits of Meredith a little more than she probably should be at this point. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So we've got those, and then I guess we were supposed to do this before we reviewed collaboration. So this is what we've taught. This has been the hot sticking point of everything we've done. So every Good Society we've done before is the token regeneration. So if you have a facilitator, the facilitator increases number of resolve tokens up to 3.
Yes.
But you can't get more than 3. If no facilitator, each player gets 1 token.
Oh, okay.
That's what it says on the book, at least.
So we just get a token.
I guess we're going to do it the way we've always done it.
I guess it's
which
just
is,
to keep people from getting stuck with none.
Yeah.
I guess that's fair. At least
Well,
it's not 2.
Yeah. So everybody takes 1 more token.
Okay.
And so everybody should have a couple more. I guess the thought is that if there's no facilitator, we're probably all should be using tokens a little bit more frequently to affect the story.
That seems right.
So
that's fair.
And then everybody has the option to replace their desire if they feel like their desire is no longer applicable to their character. I feel like everyone's desires pretty much stayed the same. Is everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And then nobody has any expanded backstory actions, so that's it for upkeep. We got through our first cycle of play, y'all.
We did it.
We're gonna go ahead. We're a bit late on this, but we're gonna go and take our break here. So, everyone in the chat, stick around, hang out with us for a bit. We're gonna take a break and come back and probably play with the new emotes. We're gonna come back and probably do a couple of scenes. We'll have time for one or two, I think, when we get back and see where that all goes. So stay tuned, go some water, take care of yourself. If you haven't already, we won't do a big spiel, but donation links in the chat if you want a donation. Donate to the National Network of Abortion Funds. We are collecting donations for that. So please check out the links that we have in the chat. Everyone take care of yourself. We'll be back really soon to continue our session. So see you then. And welcome back, Internet. There was a 50-50 shot that I was going to do something
Weird?
that would have made us have to start the stream over again, like earlier, and I
Was it
decided
to start
against
singing
it.
Beyonce?
Yeah.
Which is what we were doing off stream.
You're the one I want.
It sounds very
You're
good with the
the
Slavic
one
lo-fi in the
I
background.
need.
They go together.
Baby, it's you. I can't do that.
Just
So.
veiled.
Hi. We're here to play some more Good Society, y'all. So we're starting our second cycle of play. Congratulations to us. So where do we want to start?
Have seen. We set up several.
Yes. Do we want to do this as like visitations again? We didn't talk, actually, you know what we didn't talk? We didn't review any of our collaboration stuff in the last time. We should probably just like briefly do that before we
let's
get
do
going. I just want to make sure we're still good with action comedy, MCU movies being kind of our tone.
Yeah.
Importance of historical accuracy, somewhat important. We're not really gonna split hairs about mythological accuracy and historical accuracy and that sort of stuff. Okay, great.
Gender is off.
Gender
is
off. How much hidden information we have? None, because we can't hide anything, because there's no one to hide it from. Is there anything our game should avoid? We have our list of lines and veils on there. If y'all have anything you want to add to that list, please do so. And then, is there anything that we'd love to see in this game? We have right now romance, moral conflicts, power struggles, conflict with humanity, flashbacks. I think we've had romance.
Mm-hmm.
We've tiptoed around some moral conflicts, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Whether any of us have actually been conflicted about it or just as an audience have been like, that's a conflict of morals. Power struggles, definitely have that. I don't think we've really had any conflicts with humanity yet.
We're getting there.
What about with our own?
Our own humanity.
Some of us
and
are
we've had-
setting those up.
Yeah.
And we have had some flashbacks.
Yeah.
So we're doing pretty well for those.
Bless
Thank you.
And okay, yeah, we hit up the collaboration. I think we're still doing good there. Yes?
Replugging merch.
Oh, merch. Let's stop stalling though, and let's get into what we want to do next. So, Joe, we have decided that Joe's probably in the hospital for at least the time being, recovering from the attack by Fenrir. So we have a couple of options. So we can do either an event. We did an event last chapter. I don't think we've set up for another event. I think we're probably looking at visitations in this one. So small scenes with different people going to talk to each other.
We could do some spotlights even real quick.
Yeah.
If we want to follow someone in particular around, if we have several scenes that are going to include somebody.
Yeah, we could do that. So what have we set up already in so far? We've Meredith and the Morrigan talking about getting drinks.
Mm-hmm.
We've had
Morrigan and Mars talking about getting drinks.
Talking about getting drinks. Have we had anything for Hela?
And Fenrir.
Huh?
Hela and Fenrir.
Hela and Fenrir talking. And then Nemesis, Fenrir, and Loki.
And Loki. Yeah.
Which I'm just gonna warn everybody, I'm gonna spend tokens to show up.
Oh, sure. That's fine. I just don't think Nemesis would have invited you, but yeah.
No, but I'm gonna show up anyway.
I love that.
That seems more like visitations then. And
Yeah.
I was like looking for a through line of somebody. But
Yeah,
that's a
there's
good
only
mix.
like the 2 scenes that the Morgan's going to be in for those. So let's at least try to do one scene that I think we've got enough time for probably 2 scenes and try to get everyone involved in some way.
Yeah.
Which one do we want to start with?
I mean, we could start with the big guy, which is Loki and Fenrir
and
the whole gang.
Nemesis.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because I'm planning on showing up.
Yeah, we can start
That'd be
there.
everybody.
And that would, Loki will be, or Fenrir will be in town, and that could set up for you talking with Fenrir about your stuff.
Yeah, so we can start with everybody.
Yeah, let's do that. So I guess what we should first decide is where this is going to take place, and are we just going to assume that Loki has got in touch with Fenrir? Fenrir is showing up for this.
If Sita's okay with that as Fenrir, I feel like maybe they're at least in touch in some capacity. What their feelings on one another is something else entirely, I'm sure.
I feel like of all of our family, Fenrir and Loki might have the best relationship.
Which is to say, rocky, but they still like talk to one another on a semi-regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I think I've got something for this actually. Instead of responding back via the email, Loki simply, I would like to set it up as Nemesis, just wherever they end up being in the interim. They find a ticket to an improv fest in, I'm gonna say Portland, just to fuck with people. Yeah, in like a day.
I think I decided, I say Nemesis did. She works in some sort of I was imagining some sort of, she's not a lawyer like Apollo is. Probably works in some sort of conflict resolution, dispute resolution between some, probably corporate dispute resolution, arbitration or something. I'd say she's an she's an arbiter or arbitrator.
A corporate arbiter.
Yeah.
You found the one thing worse than a lawyer. Sorry. I can't.
No, they didn't say
No,
senator.
Sorry. That's true.
I think that would go along with her skill set. So yeah, maybe just going into her office, or maybe in an arbitration or something, and one of her assistants comes up and is ma'am, this arrived for you, and she opens it up and just sighs, tries to calm her blood pressure. I'm sorry, could you repeat that last point? And continues with the arbitration before showing up at this improv festival at whatever this place is, the Chuckle Lounge or whatever.
It's called Chuckle Fucks.
How did you not automatically go there?
I think Sita and I have the brain cell today.
Yeah, the two brain cells. Okay.
Oh, hold on. What about Fuckle Chucks?
Fuckle Chucks.
Yep.
Perfect.
The U has to be replaced with something to make it all right. What's the U replaced with? What's
it's the shape. I'm using so many
Do it.
aesthetics from so many shows, but it is in the shape of a shrimp because it's also a seafood restaurant.
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Fuckle Chucks.
Because it.
We're saying this is in Portland, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yes.
Coastal.
It's also a strip
Portlandian
club
approved.
upstairs, though. It also has to be a strip club upstairs.
Were you not?
Same establishment.
I'm following the Friday game thread back where we've had a lot of run-ins with shrimp, and also we switch letters around to get away with using business names.
Yeah, we have had a lot of runs of shrimp. The reoccurring
Gubba
bit
Bumps
on
Shrimp Company.
Gubba
It's
Bumps.
literally a thing that we did.
I have the tank top. You can buy it in the merch store.
It's got
All
shrimp
right.
on it.
All right. Nemesis shows up. Dressed. Sorry, yes?
No, go ahead. I know exactly how I'm gonna show up.
Okay, perfect. I think she's trying to look as like nondescript as possible. Doesn't want anyone seeing her here. Is dressed very casually, wearing sunglasses at night. Has like a head wrap on. Is like completely trying to hide herself here as she walks in the door and pulls down her sunglasses and scans the room for Loki.
Okay, so they directed her upstairs. So they converted the strip club for the festival into the, like I imagine they literally have risers up there. So it's like a riser situation, like on three sides. It's like a thrust on three sides with like a stage area. They couldn't get rid of the poles, so the poles are still there. Maybe they'll incorporate them. It'll be great. And if Sita is cool with this, I like to imagine that she gets there like right as like one of the first shows is starting. And in the back row of one of the risers is Loki. Loki literally has like a jumbo popcorn that you'd get at the movie theater, but it's filled with popcorn shrimp. And he's just eating.
Oh my god. Is this payback?
I'd love this place.
I would 100%
go here.
Fucking go here.
The Acropolis in Portland is a strip club that sells some of the city's best steaks.
Oh my god, we're going.
We're going. We're
Trip
fucking
time.
Portland plug for you there. Check out the Acropolis.
Not sponsored.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I'm not having a hard time getting myself in character for this.
It's because you didn't wear the wig. I told you.
I was saying,
That's
I'm not having a hard
it's
time.
definitely the cause of it.
I'm not having a hard time here because it's exactly how I would feel in this situation, which is uncomfortable. And she ascends the risers and kind of just stands at the end of the row looking at Loki, assuming like there's nobody sitting between the two. Like it's probably not a lot of people sitting like all the way back up here, unless this is like a packed house.
I feel like it's actually like fairly well attended, but
They're
like
always
in
more
that
crowded
back
than you
row,
think they're gonna be.
It's true. But that back row, it's literally just Loki and Fenrir, and then like nobody else wanted to sit next to them for some reason.
She just stands there staring for a little bit and says, "Hi, Loki."
Supermarket. And I will spend a token if need be for this, but literally every time they ask for a suggestion, they take Loki's. Regardless of anything else being said, they take Loki's.
I think that's... I was hoping for something a bit more intimate for our conversation.
Believe me, if you want things to stay private, no one is fucking paying attention to you at all during an improv show. Grover from the Sesame Street.
Well, let's make this quick then. She moves over and sits down on the bench next to Loki. Looks over towards Fenrir.
What?
I don't know if I'm more surprised that you're here or that, No, honestly, I'm just surprised that you're here.
I'm full of more than surprises.
Right.
About to be full of popcorn shrimp. Don't eat the whole. I was gonna buy you your own shit.
I don't want my own. That's what. Share some of yours.
Everything has left my brain. I
shouldn't have been that hard.
Ha
All right. Can we at least take this conversation somewhat seriously?
I was being serious.
Serious heart attack.
Right. I need an explanation for what's happening.
Well,
What-
right now, Grover's in the grocery store,
No,
but is finding out that his spouse has been cheating.
Loki.
on him. What?
Grover, how could you? Is it too early for me to intrude on the conversation?
Probably not.
No, you might get it back on track.
I don't. Val, is there anything you want to say before Hella shows up? Because I don't want to intrude on you too early.
I'll just get through the next thing that she's going to ask. You can show up at any point. She's saying, there's something very wrong with you Norse deities, and I would like to understand why.
Why we're Norse?
It's literally the perfect springboard for me to make my entrance.
Do a knock-knock joke!
So as you say, there's something horribly wrong with all of
He
the
really
Norse
doesn't
deities.
understand how improv works.
No, it doesn't.
You know what? No suggestion is bad suggestion. I don't know who this token is going to go to. I guess probably Nemesis because she's suffering the most. But I think there is a loud cheering as this last like improv scene ends and then a spotlight forms down and walking out onto the stage is Hella. Thank you so much everybody for joining us so far, and I'm so pleased to have been in town when this is happening, like to be your special guest host has been just an absolute incredible experience for me. I love improv. It's sort of where I got my start a little bit, so I'm so pleased to be here. Yes, before you ask, I will be signing autographs after the show out in the lobby, but I do want to encourage you to talk to the cast first. But right now, we're going to take a quick 10-minute intermission, so refill your drinks, order some more food, tip your waitstaff, obviously. And, yeah, I think that's about it for me. Oh, one thing I do want to give a big shout out because I do have some family in the audience tonight. So can we just get like a big round of applause? My dad and brother are back there. And also my ex-girlfriend, but she'd be really, really angry if I called her that on stage in front of a bunch of people. Enjoy yourself. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Okay, love you. Just beelines up to where they're sitting.
I'm assuming just like cell phones are just going off like
Fuck, I'm gonna need another beer if this is gonna happen. Fenrir
operates one out of nowhere, hands it to him. Stay put, pup.
Fuck you, Dad.
This is hell.
No, that's hell. God, you're stupid.
No, I'm hell. Sits down. Dad?
Oh?
Fenrir? Sissy.
Why are you here, Hella?
Family business. Save yourself the trouble and just invite me next time. You know I'm gonna find out.
Fine.
You're the one who insists on doing things behind people's backs.
Fine.
I'm to show you what it feels like.
Fine.
I know I am. So, what are we talking about?
I was trying to bring us to the subject of your grandfather, father. What do you know?
He's alive. No thanks to you. Looks at Fenrir.
You deny me my nature?
I mean, I think you need to rein it in a little bit.
I'm gonna kill the old man.
Yeah, can you wait until the rest of us are done with him, please?
I've been waiting a long time.
I said please.
You know, you Aesir gods tricked me once. That's how I ended up with these. He was pointing at the chains and the rope around his neck.
I had nothing to do with that.
Haven't done anything to fucking fix it either, have you, sis?
Well, every time I ask you out for drinks, you decide you want to go murder someone instead.
If y'all two can't get along, I'm gonna turn this car around.
I'm getting along fine.
I would love it if you turned the car around.
Does he know we're not in a car?
Oh,
I'm not sure.
For fuck's sake.
I'm joking. Oh my god, you need to lighten up.
Nemesis stands up, clearly getting very angry over the course of this conversation, and says, I have had more than enough of this family squabbling. I had my reservations in bringing so many of your kind onto the Pantheon.
The fuck did you just say?
Excuse me?
Our kind?
Family causes problems.
Our family was around before you were even a twinkle in whoever's eye you came from, so sit the fuck down.
I will not. I have been given the task. It is my duty as a member of the Pantheon, something you serve no part in, looking at Fenrir, to decide the fate of Odin. He has been acting irrationally, and his behavior has been concerning, leading up to an unprovoked attack from his own grandson at the doorsteps of our sanctuary. And I understand the significance of your death threats against him, Fenrir. And I want to understand why. You have existed peacefully enough on this earth for millennia. Why now? Why is Odin acting the way he is? Why are you showing up, making these threats and attacking him now? What's at play?
First of all, this
Nemesis?
is not the first
Fenrir,
time I've been
hold on. You know we don't just give people what they want outright. Just
Where's
give me
Apollo?
Everyone shut up. Points at Nemesis. You sit down, you're making a scene.
I will not.
Okay. Ella stands up. Then you're outnumbered. If you want answers...
Loki puts a finger and makes anyone sitting stand up.
If you want answers, you can sit down and ask for them nicely, and you can stop calling my family you people and shit like that because it's rude. If you treat us like equals, we'll do the same for you. If you keep being shitty, you're gonna get 3 shit-eating grins, and some of them have fangs. One of your kind made up the golden rule, I'm pretty sure.
I'd like to spend a token. Would everybody be amenable to spending a token to change the location of this conversation?
In what way?
Nemesis.
Nemesis is about to fucking teleport us to neutral ground.
To move us somewhere that she at least feels more comfortable having this conversation.
I think that's fair.
Sure.
I'm
down.
fine with that, as long as I get to do something a little comical and say that Fenrir has taken this awkward silence as a moment to go up to one of the quasi-charmed people that are all standing up and grab their beer and come back to sit down in a chair that might not be there anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
like as he sits is when this happens. Okay, I will spend it. I don't know who would get this token.
To the ether!
Send it to
One
the
of y'all.
ether.
Okay.
Burn
Who-
it for the
Oh,
Norse
yes.
gods.
Fuckle
Yes.
Fucklechuck's gonna have that token.
They've lost our patronage halfway through.
That's our
Nemesis.
tip. They deserve it.
I'll say as Fenrir sits back down, where would she feel more comfortable having this conversation?
Anywhere but here.
Literally anywhere but here. But where would she?
A pot of boiling water.
She's not the one that likes steak. No, that's the Morgan.
Yeah, that's the Morgan.
Something like a nice steakhouse, but
no, I think you sit back down and your seat. Were these were like benches, like risers,
Like literally like risers, yeah.
Okay. You sit back down, and instead of like the metal underneath you, you instead feel stone. As no longer sitting in, everything kind of goes more quiet. As you are now sitting in a park, just outside a set of fountains. There's like a small kind of picnic area, and there's like these stone benches lining around like a circular fountain. It's probably somewhere in Portland.
Can we say that where he apparates is not on one of the, but it's like on the edge of the fountain itself?
Yeah, sure.
So he's expecting to lean back into a seat and just goes into the fucking fountain.
Yeah, if you want to do that, yeah.
Yeah.
And as everybody's out,
Hella
like,
saves
sitting-
his beer though. Does not help him at all.
It is like the last thing that like goes down. It's
but does
the
like
arm.
just kind of like stabilize that glass a little bit, because that's what would really upset him. Just
Oh, he is super pissed when he comes out. He's wearing fucking like leather and shit, man.
Yeah, that's
Sick.
ruined.
Just saves the
And Nemesis sits on the stone bench. I imagine like her and Loki sitting on the stone bench, and
He kept
Hella-
the popcorn shrimp.
yeah, and
It's-
Hela sitting on the edge of the fountain next to where Fenrir is just like fallen in.
Oh, I'm just gonna
and-
order a drink.
Everything goes a bit more quiet. She sits as well. Says,
Loki apparates a beer from Fucklechuck's. It's just like in a beer stein and gives it to her.
Gross, thank you.
much better. Fine. You needed the bath.
Fuck you.
You're not gonna get anywhere like that.
All right.
Be nice.
As equals, then, explain to me, what's Odin's game? What are your parts in this? Should the rest of us be concerned?
I mean, I have answers for all of those, but I wasn't invited, so I'll wait my turn.
You've invited yourself.
He's old. He's tired. He doesn't want to do this anymore. He cares about the kid quite a bit. And he'd rather put his focus there than here. As for what everyone is doing about it, I'm handling it.
How?
I don't see how that's any of your business.
Ultimately, it will be my decision what happens, and I would like to make that decision unanimously amongst the other members of the Pantheon.
Isn't that what the trial is for?
Yes.
So all
This
of
is
this
for the trial. Then where the fuck is Apollo?
Get him.
drinking in limbo with Mars, I assume.
We can only assume. Given my relationship previously with Hela, I thought I would extend the courtesy of understanding what is going on.
No, what you're doing is just getting pissed when people don't tell you what you want to hear.
We all agreed to the pact.
Yes. And when someone breaks it, we have a trial. And we use the trial to to figure out what to do. We don't do all of this back alley dealings and meetings with each other in secret and all of this bullshit. And the more you behave like this, the more I'm going to question whether you should be in charge of the whole shebang.
Did you only come here to interfere then, Hela?
No, I came to see what was going on.
Then Loki, I'll ask you. What do you think is happening? And how do you think it should be dealt with?
I mean, you heard her. Sounds like a fairly well-rounded assessment to me.
Unless...
What should we do about it?
Sorry, go ahead, Dad.
No, please, continue.
Unless... And, like I said, I'm handling it, which includes working on trying to figure everybody out. Unless someone's influencing Joe's behavior.
How so?
Well, like I said, he's old. Really, really old. He's been through a lot. There's been some speculation, especially on your part, Sissy, that it's not all there anymore. And while I don't necessarily think that's true, he's tight with a lot of people. And somebody could be influencing him. So, didn't really want to reveal all that while I was still working on it, but I'm being nice.
That's a fairly serious accusation.
I'm aware.
You believe it'd be one of us, a member of the Pantheon, influencing him?
Well, it would have to be. No offense, Fenrir. Your approach is just way more straightforward than that.
I don't see how any outside could have the power to do so. Yes, Fenrir. Your thoughts?
Already said him. You're fucking stupid.
Eloquent as always.
Yeah,
You
can take
invited
your
him.
eloquence.
I see this was a waste of time, then.
Fucking finally.
Again, what were you trying to accomplish in all this?
I'm not sure anymore. Fine. We will proceed with the trial then. Enjoy the rest of your show, I suppose.
Well, I didn't get a stamp, so I can't get back in, so fucking thanks for that.
You're a
think she just-
god.
I think she just stands and turns. She walks down the path, like walks behind like a tree obscuring the view for a moment, and then just doesn't come out the other side.
Hella's gonna try to follow her. Where would she go? Did Hella know where Nemesis would go? She was pissed.
How about while you're thinking about that,
Yeah.
Fenrir would turn to Loki after Hela blips out and say, "The hell was she talking about? The old man's never being conned. He's always the con."
think she's got a con of her own.
Well, what's her angle?
I don't know.
Shit, that sounds more like you.
Well, she is of our blood, so I don't know. But I'm looking forward to finding out. Here, have the rest of this.
The popcorn. Do you then blip out? Because I would love to believe that you just blip out and leave him there.
Yep, 100%.
Soaking wet in a park
With
somewhere.
a beer stein that says Fuckle Chucks on it.
And a bucket of popcorn shrimp.
Yep.
Fucking hate my family. He starts walking somewhere. And see.
So you're asking where Nemesis would go?
Yeah, I'm just wondering if Hella would know.
Yeah, I think there's a place she usually goes to like calm her head. In Spain.
Under the Tuscan sun.
No, what time would it be in
Is that
Spain?
Italy?
Evening huh?
I was making a
If
dumb
it's-
joke, and then I think Tuscany.
If it's like 8 o'clock Pacific time, then it's like that's 10 hours behind European time. It's like 6 a.m. in Spain.
Okay.
Sid's doing math.
Sure.
I was
Yeah.
doing math. I did math.
So
now you never
sun
have to do it
rising.
again.
Sun having barely risen over the horizon. She's in the Plaza de la Virgen in Valencia, where the world's oldest courthouse sits.
She's a nerd.
She's
Where
a
does
nerd.
she get off? She's a nerd.
Yeah, she's just sitting in the plaza outside the cathedral that's there, looking towards the courthouse. And as you imagine, like there's probably some it's like an old woman out like feeding the birds or something outside the fountains there and stuff. And she's like watching this as you appear.
Quietly. Bottle of
Quietly.
wine in hand.
Why did you follow me?
Need to pick a new spot.
Why are you here, Hela?
Why are you here, Nemesis?
To get away from you and your family.
Except you knew that I knew you'd come here, so.
Not everything is about you.
No, it's not. So I brought this. You still like red?
What are you doing?
Apologizing.
I'm not sure I'd believe you even if you did.
That's fine. I'm apologizing for something very specific, so, like, don't get your panties in a wad.
And what are you apologizing for then?
Taking my family's side and telling you to sit down?
All right. And what about interfering with me and manipulating that conversation to get exactly what you wanted?
What do you think is going to happen when my entire family is at this trial together? Do you think it's gonna be nice? Do you think it's gonna be cute? Do you think we're all gonna sit there silently while you do whatever it is you do, and Apollo lawyers everybody, and you get exactly what you want? Almost half the Pantheon is Norse, and that is what you're gonna be dealing with. And if you can't handle the 3 of us, sure as fuck can't handle the 4 of us.
That's exactly what I was attempting to do, to see if Loki could string enough non-sarcastic words together to have a conversation.
He can't. And no, Fenrir can't get through a single conversation without wanting to kill someone. You knew exactly what you were walking into. So what were you doing? Proving a point to yourself? Congratulations, you've wasted your evening and made yourself miserable doing fuck all. Why didn't you just call me?
Because I don't trust how close you are to this.
It doesn't matter. There are 4 of us, and we're all a part of this. You can't magically change that. Fortunately for you, I hate them.
Do you really think that Odin is being manipulated?
Yeah, I do.
By who?
Loki. Who the fuck else?
And what would he stand to gain?
Do you think he cares? His primary purpose in this universe is fucking with people, and he gets the greatest joy out of fucking with the people close to him. You see what he did to his kids. What do you think he would do to his dad? The guy who made him the way he is.
If that's truly the case, and you're going to assert in our court that one of our own has broken our pact by interfering with and manipulating a member of the Pantheon to break the pact themselves, you're going to need proof.
Like
I don't
said.
even know whether to believe this story as it stands. Your grandfather, Odin, is old. I give you that, and I know that I made certain suggestions that his old age might be getting to him, but Odin was old when I first met him. He's been old since before any of us existed.
Sure. How long, take into account all of the time that you've known Odin, for how much of that time has he had a kid that he gives a shit about?
You have a point there.
Suddenly, recently, he becomes someone that can be manipulated because of her. You see how different he's treating me. I know you see it. You want to talk about close to this? I know you can tell the difference in how he talks to me.
Do you think there may be something with the girl then?
Maybe. I'm working on it.
I'm going to have to do my own investigating as well.
By all means. Not like I could stop you if I wanted to.
Perhaps I'll look into her more. What was her name? Miranda?
And looking only.
A new demigod concerns me.
She's really sweet. Plus, if you hurt her, the entire wrath of the Norse Pantheon will come down upon you or something, whatever.
Perhaps.
She's my cousin. Aunt? We're not sure. So how to say it? You know.
Fine. Your family frustrates me as much as they ever did.
Try being one of them.
I'm rather glad that I'm not, and you know. Well, you know how my family is.
I do.
Fine. Is that all?
No?
What?
You liked it a little bit when I stood up to you. Like a little bit.
Please leave me to my morning.
Like
Ella.
a little bit.
I'm not in the mood.
You're just not gonna answer me at all.
I suppose you'll have to figure that out for yourself.
Okay, see you tonight.
Leave the wine.
Wouldn't dream of taking it. It was a gift.
And you hear the sound of the cork popping as she pours herself a glass and sets it on the stone by her feet as you leave. The worst.
Dude, we are really good at being the worst.
Yeah, everyone is really good at being the worst.
I'm only doing what your character asked me to do.
All three of
So
you
you're the
who
worst.
made that conversation
I'm sorry.
railed it so fast. It's fine because it progresses this in a direction that it's gonna go.
Also, at least it wasn't like a whole session for you, because session one for me was a rough time. I had to get over a little anxiety after that one.
Now, because of what Helen said, Nemesis is really interested in what Miranda's deal is.
Yeah.
So maybe we have a kidnapping in the future. Who knows?
Ah!
Oh, man.
Oh no, whoops, my bad.
So Val's gonna be talking to themselves.
I will be kidnapping myself.
And interrogating yourself.
Interrogating myself. I didn't think about that until after the fact, but you know what? It'll be fine. I'll
It'll be
figure it
great.
out. Yeah. That's probably all we're going to be able to get through because we're 2 minutes to game time. So,
We did get through 2 scenes.
we
It
got
was an
through-
impromptu scene, but it was
Yeah.
a scene.
So is that what you wanted to talk to Fenrir about, or did you still want to do a separate scene next time with Fenrir? Ella?
I think I'd like to do a scene between the two of them.
I guess everybody just note down somewhere the scenes that you want to do for the next session, and we'll keep this train a rolling for next week. So,
Oh, I wish we could have one more scene where we tortured Nemesis and Mars came, was like, it's been so long. I feel like you don't want to hang out with me.
oh my god,
Yeah, Sissy, we really feel like you don't want to hang out with us. What's the deal?
Nemesis is really hard for me to play. It's just so by the
Sissy.
book. That's what you just got, Sissy.
Yeah.
It took me a second there too. I was like,
Fuck, am I slow?
yeah, well, because we were talking about family and stuff.
We were.
Yeah.
Second, I was like, what?
Oh, sorry.
It took me a second to get there, and then it clicked. It clicked for me faster than it did for Sita, but it clicked.
I just wasn't gonna say anything
I
about
was
it.
kind of pulling that from Narcissus too.
Yeah,
but
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's a cute name. Yeah.
I
did you? I really.
But I'm
did
just
you.
trying to play into your. I think Hela is incredibly arrogant and full of hubris and
Yes.
extremely. So I hate her, but she's hot. But I hate her.
But I hate her. She's hot.
Okay. So yeah, that's where we're going to end our session for tonight. Did we do stars and wishes last time? I think we've been doing wishes, right?
I think
'Cause
so.
We've been
Okay.
doing stars and wishes, yeah.
All right, let's. We should go through our list of existing wishes before we go through down the list. More godly flashbacks. We've done some of those. I think it's just ongoing. Hela and Joe relationship development.
He's in the
ongoing.
hospital, so we'll get there.
Yeah.
God magics and powers being used. We've done a little bit more of those, especially Loki, just sort of like abusing it. Big Ace.
But in a fun way.
Yeah, but Big Ace Attorney trial.
We're getting there.
On
Coming
its
up.
way. More intergodly
Hold
romance
it.
drama. Yep.
Hold it. Objection.
Apollo and Mars antics, old school gods. Which if Willie Nelson ends up being Dionysus, then
Yeah.
we'll get there. Mars and Apollo flashbacks. Haven't done that.
I forgot about that one.
Morrigan shenanigans.
More.
More Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks. Hella romance with
No one
Question.
knows.
dragons.
Mars, probably.
More celebrity
Probably.
cameos.
Because
Okay.
they can be like, she hates us.
You want to get a drink?
Yeah. It's actually.
Uh,
oh, wait. That could be really fun, actually.
Make it really fun. Yeah, let's work on this.
So, stars and wishes.
I
Who wants to
do
go
not
first?
want to skip over Guy Fieri and Joe Broing out.
Oh yeah, Guy Fieri.
Because we haven't decided which one of us is playing Guy Fieri yet.
No, not yet. We'll have to figure that out.
I'm
dig
tempted
it
to
out.
like put a poll out and just have people vote on which of the three of us has to play Guy Fieri. Because they've all
Oh my
heard
god, that'd be amazing.
because they've all heard our bone saws at this point, so
Yeah.
Stars and wishes. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because my star is gonna go to Sita for Fenrir just continuing to be an absolute shit. I like it. I think he's really funny. And I think the way you play him is like he's so mean, but somehow like it's still fun to like be a part of. I don't know, towing that line is hard. So like you're doing a great
What's the
job.
name of the actor that plays the Punisher and
John Barenthal.
Oh, John Barenthal, yeah.
Yeah, I imagine him as kind of like that. In a lot of
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. My headcanon is now Fenrir is Joe. Is Joe
Yeah.
John Barenthal.
Is it
Yep,
John?
Yep.
Is
I think it's John.
It's something like that. Barenthal I know is right.
Barenthal, yep.
Yeah, no, I think it's coming across. But yeah, I enjoy it. I think he's fun. He's like the fun kind of shit. He's like that character that you're like, oh god, he sucks so bad. I hope he's in the next episode. And I think it's really fun. I think you're doing a great job. My wish is now for Hela and Mars to end up accidentally on a date.
Okay.
Because I just don't think Nemesis is gonna work out long term.
I can't get a read on Hela, so yeah.
No one can.
No
No.
one can.
And Mars absolutely can't, but he won't try.
Yeah, he's not going to try. It's not going to bother him. So
All
like,
right.
he's
I would
all
love for them
about
to
it,
end
really.
up on a date and get halfway through and be like, are we on a date?
Well, they date, and then Nemesis starts to get a little bit like jealous about it, and then it's like,
well,
no.
100%. Because, like, not that Mars loves their sibling. It's just she hates him. So,
What are you gonna
if
do?
anything, accidentally, again, biggest rival, now dating your ex. Holy
Well,
shit.
so Morgan and Mars are the rivals.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
There's the siblings that are just like.
I just want to
There
be clear.
can be
'Cause
more
I think the
rivals.
Mars, I think the, huh?
There can be more rivals. I'm just
Yeah. I think Nemesis showed more outright hostility towards Apollo in the first couple sessions.
That's fair.
But I don't think she likes either one of them that much.
That's fair.
But yeah. I honestly, I think it'll be funny either way.
But why does my sibling hate me?
Okay. Who wants to go next? Stars and wishes.
So I think I'm gonna give my star out to Sid for Loki. I'm really enjoying, like, like Val said, you're the one who uses your powers the most, and you're just using them for the most fun ways. Like having everybody in the stadium stand up as an extra fuck you for not sitting down. Double chef's kiss. And as for a wish, fucking Duda, man. I don't know if I have a new wish. Like I'm loving the flashbacks, and honestly, everybody's already said a lot of the shit that I want to see. You know, like more drama, more romance, more politicking, and it's all happening.
I'm gonna force some romance in here.
I'm just putting more.
More.
Yeah.
More.
MOAR. Yeah.
More. More.
Perfect.
Sita, why do you hang out with us?
You're gonna lose him and like.
As you
this
let
is gonna be
me.
like,
No, you don't have to answer that on stream. Be mean to
I'm
us
gonna-
once I turn the stream off.
I'll do mine.
Do it.
So I don't have to go last and then do the outro. My star will go to Savannah for Hela making that whole thing just. I thought it was Loki that was going to make that the most difficult. And Loki did make that difficult. But boy, Hela kind of stole the show with making that whole thing really just irritating.
Do you want to know
for
why?
Nemesis. Yes.
She wasn't invited.
Mm-hmm.
And that's insulting.
And that was on purpose.
And it's insulting.
Yeah. So
was insulted.
Yeah, that's why.
And so they said, "Oh, you didn't invite me? Oh, you did."
What an oversight. Let me explain how much of an oversight that
Like
was.
Let
father,
me
like daughter.
take care of this for you.
What's going to be the fun part? So my wish, I think this just spawned from my head. My wish is for Loki and for Hela to realize how much like her father that she actually is.
Oh, she's him reincarnated. I know that.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
So Hela to realize how much she has in common with Loki.
Who better to send him to hell and take his seat than him with pink hair?
Or to realize that you don't actually hate him all that much and have regrets about that and back out at the last second. It
Or
causes a
maybe
lot of drama for everyone.
you hate in other people the things you hate in yourself.
Exactly. So she sacrifices herself.
She would never.
I will one day have enough money to pay all of you to just sit around in a room until we bang out like an entire season of a television show.
Mm.
I'm just saying. I think we can do it.
I'm gonna make the joke I was gonna make after the stream's
Don't
over.
make the RJ joke. Don't.
He's not here. I have to. Let your brain go haywire.
Yeah!
Everyone in chat knows what I was gonna say. I don't say it.
All right, Sid, take us
Oh
home.
yeah. My star has to go to Val for essentially putting up with their character getting bullied for 40 minutes.
I'm gonna need to make some actual apologies.
But But she did it so well. Like
Hey.
she did it so well.
I DM enough games for you chuckle fucks that I've used my character.
It's pronounced
Chucks.
Fuckle Chucks.
It's
Sorry, for
Fuckle
my
Chucks.
Jew Fuckle Chucks. That every time one of my cool bad guys shows up and y'all just get super sarcastic for half an hour. And it's like, all right, fine. I'm throwing out the monologue that I wrote.
Our whole philosophy as players is kind of, who gave you the right to monologue?
And then usually what that turns into is like, okay, y'all are going to do that. All right. Then they do something super mean to you. And then you'll go, whoa, what's going on?
He hit me. Why would he do that?
Yeah.
Poke the bear.
Why would Vulcan
Get
set me
fucking
on
swatted.
fire? I've been nothing but nice to him.
Oh, but for real, you stayed in character, and that character, thankfully, was also very irritating. No, I'm just kidding. No, well done. It was very good. It was, if anything, it endeared me to a less than likable character. To be perfectly honest, it's great. I love it. And my wish, to go off of the last one, I think we have to get a solo scene of Hela and Loki at some point.
Okay.
I think we do. I have no idea what's going to be said in any way. I think we might need it.
I thought of an actual wish as well. I would love to see specifically a flashback or more of the Morrigan and the Dagda.
Okay.
And for those of you who don't know your crazy mythological crossovers, the Dagda is a shit ton like Odin.
Yeah.
And might actually be the same guy.
That will be very fun. I like that. We need to review these before we like at the start of our sessions, so we know so we can try to hit some of these as we go more, because I hate not reviewing these until the end, then being like, oh, I should have pushed something. So I'm gonna try to incorporate that into our beginning of session stuff. All right, well, that's it. Good session, y'all. GG. Throw some GGs in the chat with our new emotes, because we got those in the chat for you to enjoy. So check those out. We'll be back here in a week to continue our session, or continue our game, our story. That's what I'm trying to say. Join us in the meantime tomorrow, that's Saturday, at 5 o'clock. Eastern time, where we will be playing Pathfinder 2nd edition. Alex runs that, and it's been a little bit since we played that game, so you can come join us when we return to more circus shenanigans there. Otherwise, our schedule through the next week, I believe, is normal as advertised on our Twitch page. No cancellations coming up, and should be pretty smooth sailing for a bit. So come hang out with us on all of our stuff. If you are watching us live on Twitch, we got links below our faces to all of our stuff, to our Twitter. You can join us there, to our YouTube, where you can go over to see all the shows that we've done before, or to our Discord, where you can join us and talk about everything that we're doing on and off the channel, and just engage with other members of the community. And then if you're watching us over on YouTube, hit that like button and then subscribe, smash that like button, and subscribe, and come see whatever we're doing right now. So I think that's it. Does anyone have anything we want to plug or promote before we get going?
Our fundraiser is running for a couple more days.
Yeah,
so
fundraiser.
Donate to it.
Yeah. Links in the chat for that. Proceeds going to the National Network of Abortion Funds, and Savannah and I have decided to match any donations that are made by the end of or the beginning of next week. So do that this weekend. We did our whole spiel. If you want to hear some impassioned pleas for why it's important, watch the beginning of this stream or the beginning of Thursday's stream of Elegant Creatures, because we have pitched it as hard as we can, throwing fire here. So we're gonna wrap it up there because I'm getting tired. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you, my lovely co-facilitators, for being awesome, making this fun to run. We will see everyone next week. And until next time, good game and good night, Internet.